It's time for Memphis in May barbecue.
This is what I waited for all year.
Anyone willing to listen is bound to find someone eager to talk shop.
I'm pulling it.
Elizabeth Karmel teaches barbecue herself, but today she's a student at the Swine and Dine School of Barbecue.
What we'll do is we'll take these off.
Head cook Gary Pantlick shows his teammate how to give baby backs a bath.
The bath.
The bath.
Okay, all right.
His bath includes Wickers, a vinegar-based sauce, Italian marinade, and dry rub with paprika, cayenne pepper, and brown sugar.
I am so excited. This is my first bath.
While the ribs smoke, Elizabeth bathes them once an hour for 4 hours.
At the end of the 4-hour process, then they get wrapped.
Okay.
They'll wrap them in aluminum foil, but first,
Ooh, a nice little bit of honey.
Gary loads on honey and more rub.
Oh, so that's what makes the great crust on it.
Yes.
Then he stacks them and wraps them. They'll steam in the foil for 2 more hours.
Then we get to eat them?
We get to eat them.
Okay. These are the best ribs at Memphis in May.
Elizabeth grew up eating barbecue in North Carolina.
Barbecue is my absolute hobby.
Now she brings the South to New York, where she teaches city folk how to cook great barbecue without a backyard.
I have to tell you, take 1/2 of the lemon and just squirt the meat and rub it all around.
Elizabeth uses a stovetop smoker. She starts by adding wood chips.
Put them in the middle. A couple tablespoons is all you need. We're using hickory today because that's what they do in North Carolina.
Then she adds a drip pan, a rack, her pork, which today is Boston butt, and then her lid.
And putting a lid on this smoker allows it to keep all the yummy, smoky flavors inside.
Elizabeth cooks the pork on the stovetop first.
How easy it is. All I do is turn the burner on high, leave it for 30 minutes, and presto, we have smoked meat.
The meat then goes into a 350-degree convection oven.
And that duplicates what a indirect cooking on a grill will do.
6 hours later, her class makes some kick-butt pulled pork sandwiches. As she hoped, Elizabeth is gaining barbecue converts.
And the food is so much better than I even thought it could be. Like, we could open up a restaurant.
The dog is yapping, the kids are screaming, you have a ton of wash to do, and the boss is on the phone, so who has time to cook any dinner? Well, it turns out you do. Elizabeth Karmel, author of Taming the Flame, has tonight's dinner dilemma solved. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Alexis.
So what is the key to cooking something simple, healthy, and quick?
Okay, it's really, really simple. Buy really great tasting ingredients that don't need much cooking to taste great.
Wow,
And that's
simple
sort of what
as
we're
that.
going to do today.
Because most of your recipes, I was saying to you before, I love them. They're like 15 minutes, a half hour, couple of ingredients here or there, but really, really simple.
Right. Well, you know, with food, as everything else, less is more.
Okay.
And today we're doing a twist on the standard meat and potatoes, but boy, does it taste much better than meat and potatoes.
Okay, well, you got Ann and I here to do some recipes, so
great.
Put us to work.
What kind of meat have you chosen?
Flank steak.
Flank steak? Okay, what do you do?
But you know what? We're going to start with the
potatoes.
because
okay.
they take longer to cook.
All right.
Okay.
And these 3 ingredients, olive oil, kosher salt, and the Baby Bliss potatoes. So if you put a little bit of oil in here, I'm going to shake them.
And you shake it around, is that what you
Yeah.
do? Just to base it and then
Look
put
how
a little
easy
salt
that is.
on it. Is that good?
Yep. Now, Ann, if you put a little salt, that's great.
This is nice, big, coarse salt, too. Sea salt.
Right. And here's the key. Put it on a cookie sheet with a rack in it. And what that does is it elevates the potatoes so air rotates around them, and they become crispy on the outside and soft as silk on the
And you say a
inside.
half hour for this?
Half an hour, pop it in a
400?
400-degree
That's for
oven.
small potatoes. Obviously, that depends on the size of the
Right.
potatoes.
If you have a
Right.
bigger potato, it'll take longer than 30 minutes to cook. This
Okay.
is my 30-minute meal. So then now let's move to the steak. This is flank steak. It's very tender, very flavorful, a real crowd pleaser. I've already oiled it.
Okay, with a little olive oil.
With a little olive oil. And then we're going to do my 3-ingredient rub. 3 is the optimum number. So you want to sprinkle it on there?
What are the ingredients?
It's a little bit of dehydrated garlic, which is actually garlic that's been dried and then ground up. My favorite ingredient, and let's move it, let's flip it so you can do the other side. My favorite ingredient is this smoked Spanish paprika.
And that's this right here, this
Yes.
red one?
And it's literally red peppers that is smoked over wood
So it
and
gives
then
a
dried. You want to smell it?
Oh,
smell
wow.
it.
Oh, it smells
Isn't that
It's kind of
amazing?
barbecue smell. You know, like as if you're
So
having barbecue
once you
meat.
put this,
That's perfect.
you
Good
know,
sprinkling.
once you
Thank
garnish
you,
that a
Elizabeth.
little bit, you put a little olive oil on it. Let's talk about in terms of cooking, because you grill it on each side.
We're gonna take a little lesson from the short order cooks in restaurants. Hey.
Good with me.
Okay, we're going to sear it on the stovetop, and then we're going to pop it in that same 400-degree oven that has the potatoes.
Right, I like
in it.
that. I like
So
that
you want to
idea,
put it
putting
on the
everything
Okay, so is this 5
there for
minutes? How much on each
There's
side?
2 minutes on each side.
2 minutes.
So here
Yes.
we should probably mention this is a sort of a grilling plate.
It is
and
a
you can
grilling
normally
plate.
put it obviously on a gas or a regular stove.
Right.
But you just buy this plate and it kind of grills. Even you don't have to go outside to do that. That's
No,
simple.
you can do it
How long
inside.
do you have to cook it to make it really nice?
Just
and-
about 2 minutes on
2
each
minutes,
side,
2 minutes?
and then 5 minutes in the oven, and poof, you're done.
So
That is
5
great.
minutes before the potatoes are done, you put that in, done.
Right.
And you pull them both out at the same time.
Exactly.
And we should ask you, this is the type of thing, though, that you can cook it as a meal or as an appetizer, right?
Exactly. I'm going to give you a little taste as an appetizer.
okay, let's do it, let's do it.
Okay. So while this is cooking, we would make the chimichurri sauce, which is basically like parsley pesto.
Okay.
It's kind of like what the Argentinians. Let's start with the wet ingredients.
Okay,
Because
that's
olive
three-fourths of
oil.
a cup of, is that 3/4 of a cup of
Yeah,
olive oil?
that's olive oil.
All right.
The Argentinians
Smells
use this
great.
like we use
Wet
ketchup.
ingredients would be,
A little lemon juice,
that looks like a lot of lemon juice, maybe an eighth of a
3
cup?
tablespoons,
Oh, 3
I think.
tablespoons.
Some sherry wine vinegar,
Cherry wine vinegar,
shallots,
shallots.
garlic,
Oh, that was garlic. That's
How
shallots.
good does this smell?
And
what else?
It smells
and
incredible.
a few spices, some red chili flakes to give it the heat, some black pepper and salt. So see, it's everything that you already have
And
in
then
your
we have,
cupboard.
we have to put the parsley. Two
Yes.
bunches.
You know what? Let's whir it up. Just
Okay.
Can you buzz it a little bit for me?
And this is called chimichurri sauce.
Chimichurri sauce. Perfect. Now we
Okay.
can put a little bit of the parsley in.
All right.
And,
all of it at once? All of it
yeah,
once like that?
sure.
Okay.
And just mention to us, as we only have a minute here to go, how do you slice up the steak?
You want to slice it on the bias,
Okay.
just like that.
So right on an angle.
Right on
and then
an
cut out
angle.
any of the fatty parts before you serve it.
Exactly, exactly. And you know what? Let me let you have a little taste of this. You can turn the meat if you want to, Alexis.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little taste.
And we should mention, before we let you go, you have a couple other quick and simple meals over here
That
in the
sauce
corner.
is great.
Isn't that, yeah, taste the
Really
sauce
good.
even by itself.
A little
You know
salad
what?
on the side.
We've got mosh and
Pomegranates.
pomegranates, which you know is great with the celery salad. Little candied walnuts, which are great for the holidays. This is my favorite.
This doesn't take just a couple minutes.
No.
That looks like a
Well,
big
yes,
deal.
it does actually. It's just
And that's the
walnut,
figs-
blue cheese, and figs wrapped in prosciutto.
Wow.
And then the piece de la resistance, or the dirty bananas, which are 4 ingredients. Takes about 4 minutes to make, and it's a 4-star dessert. Puff pastry, cinnamon sugar, bittersweet chocolate, and bananas.
Can we come to your house?
You can anytime you
exactly.
want.
Or come to our house.
Okay, we'll have a girls' cooking night.
Okay,
Thanks so much,
Elizabeth.
All right.
Thanks so
Thank
much for
you.
everything.
Now some like it hot.
This morning in today's kitchen, a girl on the grill. Finally, just in time for Memorial Day weekend, we've got Elizabeth Karmel. She's the author of Taming the Flame, Secrets for Hot and Quick and Low and Slow Barbecue. Elizabeth, good morning to you.
Good morning,
You know,
Leah.
your story is really interesting. You basically are from North Carolina,
That's
the land
right.
of the pulled pork sandwich.
Absolutely.
And you couldn't find anything good to eat, well, barbecue-wise, when you left North Carolina, and that's when you turned to the grill?
That's when I turned the grill. If I was going to eat it, I had to learn how to make it myself. And you know what? What I made that day, just from memory, is almost exactly like the recipe I'm going to show you today. It's so simple. We've got a piece of bone-in Boston butt right there.
Oh, a bone-in Boston butt. Okay. That's what
And
you ask for when you go to the grocery
That's
store.
what you asked for. And we're going to just put a little bit of olive oil on it. Do you want to help me?
Sure. Now, this is so it doesn't stick to the grill?
This is so that we seal in all those wonderful juices, because
Uh-huh.
it's going to cook a long, long
Now,
time.
you think that women should think about grilling as an easy way to get their food done. Pulled pork obviously takes a long time, but you're saying basically this is a great way in the summer just to have
Right.
things done quickly, because we need that extra time.
Right, and you know what? It's intrinsically healthy. There's almost no cleanup. It's an adventure in the backyard.
Right.
It's not drudgery. It's win-win all the way. So I'm just going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Some people use a rub. I don't. I'm taking my cues from the pit masters in North Carolina. We're going to put it over indirect heat, and that cooks for about 5 or 6 hours.
Okay, so this one is a long-term thing, and here's how it ends up in the end.
Right.
After 5 or 6 hours. Would you cover the grill, by the way, when you
I
do
would
that?
cover the grill. That's a very good question. I'm going to take it off, and you can see how much smaller it is. It's completely caramelized, all the fat's rendered out. The outside parts are the coveted burnt ends, and you know when it's done when the bone pulls out clean as a whistle.
So that's the whole idea of pulled pork. The idea that you can pull this out clean as a whistle.
Right.
And you'll eventually be able to do what? Just break it apart?
Right.
Very easily and get this.
Okay, that's the first step of pulled pork. Here's the second. You pull it literally with 2 forks like this. Look how easy that pulls. And it has to reach an internal temperature of about 200 degrees before it'll pull like this. And then we're going to sauce it with the North Carolina vinegar sauce.
Now, vinegar sauce, what else is in there, though? Because I can see tomato and a little bit of chili or something.
You're very good. You're very good. And you know what? This is a very controversial sauce. Not everybody likes it. But if you're from North Carolina, oh my gosh, smell that. Doesn't that smell good?
It smells intense. You know, you can also do a barbecue sauce, but you won't recommend that because that's not North Carolina.
Well, for Kansas City, yes, but not for here.
All right.
And now I'm going to show you how to make the pulled pork sandwich. It's so simple. You take the vinegar sauced meat, you put it on the cheapest, whitest hamburger bun you can find. That's absolutely key. And
this is not the healthy sandwich.
This is down home, baby. All right, and then I'm going to take coleslaw that's been dressed with the exact same vinegar sauce. And if you make the sauce in advance, isn't that beautiful?
Look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It is. Now, what's the honey for? Because I see that you've got some fruit here for dessert.
I do. You know, you can't end on a pulled pork sandwich. You got to have something sweet.
Of course not.
So how about a grilled banana split sundae?
You're kidding.
No.
That sounds wonderful.
So, and the secret to this recipe is leaving the banana in the peel, because when it's done, the peel will actually separate from the banana. All you do is you take a little bit of honey and you drizzle it on top. You let it sit for about 5 minutes. Then you put the bananas on cut side down for about a minute just to mark them.
So you can see the markings here.
And look how fabulous that is. So, we're going to make a banana split. You want to help me?
Sure, why not? Little ice cream, little banana on top. You've got some cherries. You've got some nuts here.
What a nice day for a barbecue. I know. Can you believe this? I'm good. Nice to see you. Hey, Matt. Nice to see you.
Look at this. She's making a banana split here with what you love, the barbecue bananas.
So let's put a few pecans because, you know, they're a great southern nut. And then, this is my most favorite thing.
As you do that,
let's put some chocolate.
That's on our website, our recipe, by the way.
Thanks so much. I'm about to eat my hair, so I'm not going to take a bite.
For those any harder, we're going to have to name this storm.
Have a great day.
Let's get ready to rib bowl this morning. We're polishing off our special series, Ribs 5 Ways in 5 Days, with a heated competition, indoor versus outdoor cooked ribs. On my left, we have grilling expert Elizabeth Karmel, who is a grilling girl expert. She revels in her femaleness. And on my right, we've got Kenny Callahan, the New York City's Blue Smoke restaurant, who cooked his ribs traditionally. All right, before we have any fighting, let's get started. First of all, Elizabeth, how'd you come up with this way of cooking indoors?
You know what? I created this technique for all my big city friends that don't have outdoor space.
And you feel that this kind of approximates the taste of the outdoor grilled rib.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Well, let's
2 steps. You want me to tell you what it is?
I want the 2 steps.
Okay. First, I prep the ribs. Very simple. I'm going to douse them with lemon juice. I picked up this technique at Memphis in May, my first year there.
And what does that do?
And that tenderizes the meat and makes the flavor brighten, really sparkle. Then I'm going to sprinkle it with rub on both sides.
And I must mention that this is actually Blue Smoke's rub.
It is. We're on an even playing field, Kenny and I.
I feel very good about it. I thought you would, okay.
You know?
And you do this on both sides?
Do it on both sides.
Do you remove the membrane?
You know, that depends. And when people are first starting off with ribs, I tell them to leave it on because it's a great way to tell when it's done.
Okay.
So now it's ready to go in the smoker.
Okay.
And this is a nifty little thing. Let me tell you, if you can help me, I'm going to let you hold the drip pan.
Thank you.
You put about 2 tablespoons of wood smoke, which is really more like wood dust.
So it's really pulverized like wood chips?
Right.
Is there a flavor to it?
This is hickory.
Okay.
This is hickory. And it's kind of my fairy dust. So we're going to replace the drip pan here, put it right on top of
Here,
the,
okay,
yes.
Right there, okay.
And this is a dry smoking method.
Okay.
Then we're going to put the drip, on top of the drip pan, we're going to put the cooking grate, and then we're going to put the ribs. Cover it up, just like I've done here.
And then you put this on top of a stovetop.
On a stovetop.
So it doesn't even go in the oven?
No, it's a stovetop smoker. So I'm going to show you what it looks like.
Okay.
Kenny's going to help me because it's a little warm. Look at that.
Wow. Now, how do you get, because it looks a little wet, how do you get it crusty?
That's a good question. This is to impart it with smoke flavor, and then I put it in the oven to get it crusty.
All righty. Katie, if you could come on over. We're going to try a blind test here. Well, you'll be able to see, but we want you to each try a piece of rib.
Okay.
Try this one first, then that one, and see if you can tell which one's indoor, which one's outdoor. Elizabeth's or Kenny's? How do those
delicious.
taste?
Really good.
Really good? Nice and smoky?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very smoky.
Now we try the second one. We
Crunchy.
should have had a beer here for you to try.
Or margarita.
That's right.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. How are those?
Both really good.
Which ones do you think are indoors?
I'm going to be counterintuitive.
Okay.
I'm going to say that's indoor and that outdoor, even though I think it's the opposite.
You agree?
I think the opposite. I think that's outdoor. That's indoor.
How much? Can I taste them again?
No.
Okay. I think this one is indoor and that one's
I don't even know which are which. So the answer is which are which, Elizabeth?
This is indoor and
outdoor.
This is outdoor.
So
They're both good.
They're both
both delicious.
We're all winners here.
Everybody wins. So Elizabeth, Karmel, Kenny, thank you so much.
In fact,
Thank you.
Thank you. Some ribs.
Yeah.